Hey, friends, this is Dale Berkeball, Hella Good Life. And as some of you may know, there's some disturbing news. And I thought I would just kind of share some thoughts. Okay. So I hate seeing public shootings of any kind. I especially hate elementary school shootings, which is what we're having in Texas. And so it's a little bit disturbing. One thing that I'll say is that sometimes it's partly because of our society that things don't change. It's easy to blame politicians and lobbyists and Second Amendment rights and guns and all that kind of garbage. And a lot of people who are upset with all that stuff are probably saying, hey, you know what can I do? I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. My votes don't seem to go very far, don't seem to do anything. And I think one of the things that we have to know is that we live in a divisive society. Okay. The US is extremely divisive. We pick sides about everything, and the other is bad. Okay. So we do a whole lot of othering. My team is good. Your team is bad, whether it's, Republicans versus Democrats, or, Ukraine versus Russia, or, anything else, any other number of things. Unfortunately, part of that is we get emotionally involved and connected to whatever side we believe in. And we get angry about the other side. Why don't they do what I think they should do? Right? And, we start making judgments, and, we cling to the fact that we're right, our side is right. And that's part of what I think leads to these sorts of shootings and things like that. And so I believe we need to find a way for you and me to work on ourselves. Because if we only point fingers and blame the other, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them, nothing gets solved. And I'm guilty, I mean, I've been blaming people for a long time, thinking in my mind, maybe not saying things out loud, who I think's at fault, and blaming them and whatever. But you know what? I got tired of that. I got to a point where I said, you know what? I need to do something. And the funny thing is, because of my own personal struggles, I started putting some programs in place to start working on myself. And and in all honesty, if you want to do something, you feel out of control when you're watching the news and you're seeing this garbage, you know what you can do? The only thing maybe that you can do is work on yourself. What's in your control? Do something to improve your life, to cause a ripple out effect to those around you. The first thing is improve your relationships in your home. Improve your relationships with your next door neighbor, the neighbor across the street, the neighbor on the other side, right? Start to build that stuff out into your community, but it takes you doing some work. And I don't know. I mean, I think that's the only way we're going to change things. So here, I'm gonna share a thought, a little idea that maybe will be relevant. And then what I thought I would do is we'll do a quick meditation together, and answer any questions if anyone's watching and has any questions, or answer the questions in the replay if you watch it in the future. But this is called looking deeply into your perceptions. Our perceptions are often inaccurate and cause us to suffer. For example, we may think it is someone else's intention to cause us harm, when in truth, they are acting from their own suffering and not thinking of us at all. If we look deeply, we can see the true nature of everything and go beyond our inaccurate perceptions. Looking deeply means observing something or someone with so much concentration that the distinction between observer and observed disappears. And we see that all things are interrelated. And so here's the funny thing about that. You know, if we look at the Buffalo, like I have no idea what's going on in Texas, like what the purpose is, who the person was, all that kind of stuff, because it just happened. But if we look at the stuff in Buffalo, that was a racial situation. It was caused by hate of other and sides, white against brown and black. And so, you know, this is one of the reasons that I'm doing this stuff, because I don't want this to run into some issues. Okay. Here. There you go. But anyhow, if we look at that situation, what was going on in that person's life that they were so enraged with hate that they were willing to go drive, like I don't know what the distance was, but it was a long ways from my understanding. They were willing to drive a long ways to intentionally go and kill some black people. What was going on in their life? Why were they to that point? It's easy to say, yeah, they just hate and whatever, but there's some serious issue going on in their lives that they're willing to do that. And the same is true with any of the shooters or any of the issues, anyone that we have conflict with. It is all, both sides have issues. You know, obviously the people, the oppressor has issues. The person causing violence has issues. And so how do we fix that? Well, again, I believe the first thing that we can do is fix ourselves and have that ripple out effect, and hopefully over time reach these people that are ultra troubled. You know, the media talks about, you know, knowing the warning signs so that you can report it. And that's good as well. And they need this kind of help. But if we don't know those warning signs, it's hard to do that. But one thing that, you know, in my studies, it talks about when you are in a world of chaos, sometimes a single person being calm can keep the boat from tipping over. Right? So imagine you're in a boat and everyone's acting crazy because they're scared because of a storm or because of chaos. If you're the sole person that can act calm, that can, you know, stay solid, then the boat doesn't capsize, doesn't overturn. So how can we be those people in society? How can we be those people, you know, that are calm and solid when we need to, you know, when we're around chaos and crazy and some people that are struggling and things like that? Something to think about. You know, I'm going to go ahead and offer a meditation. So if you would, you can sit with me. Just get a comfortable posture, upright back. Sit at the front of your chair so you're not against the back. This is a 5-minute silent meditation. Let's reflect on those we lost, those that provided the violence, the killer. Let's think about the cops, EMTs, the medical staff, everyone that's there that's going to have to deal with this mess, the families. Anyhow, let's be the calm rock. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. And you can put your palms in your lap and just close your eyes. I like to start by taking 3 deep breaths in and out to set the foundation of a meditation. And then just go back to your normal breath. Be calm. Be solid. Calm yourself. And send loving thoughts to those in harm's way. The families, the school, the police, the medical people. May they be safe. May they find ways to overcome these challenging times. May we find ways to be the change we want to see in the world.